What were the challenges you came across?
Right. My father passed away in '84, and we were two brothers, my older brother and myself. Unfortunately, during my father's time, he decided to separate from my father, and therefore I, being the second in line, got the job. I would also like to mention that in the Udaipur, in the last 7 generations, something or the other has happened where the firstborn, the born to rule by way of rule of primogeniture, has not been able to succeed. Either died or there wasn't a male heir, and therefore the second in line from the brothers had to come. And the example here in England is very easy to give, which is King Edward VIII. When he abdicated, the vacuum had to be filled and the second in line came, and so on. So the same rule of primogeniture kind of applies in Udaipur as well. So when I got the job in '84, I got the job in '84 when father had passed away. It was a tumultuous time. I mean, there was litigation and there was hostility, because amongst the Rajput community, Rajput means our clan, as there are clans in Scotland and so on, thought that father had done something very drastic, and he was trying to eliminate the rule of primogeniture, whereas that was not the case. But be as it may, I had to completely reinvent myself, make sure that there was a slow but very careful transition from the time and his period, because he was the last recognized Maharana by the President of India. In '71, as perhaps most of you know, the constitution was amended and the titles in India were abolished. Unlike some of the countries in Europe who can still maintain their title and can inherit their title. But for whatever reason, in 1971, the constitution was amended, and the titles were removed, and the privileges were also abolished. And when the privileges were abolished, the privy purse also stopped. So it became even more necessary to have an income then.
But that was the sort of social challenge. You also faced challenge in terms of maintaining and increasing the revenue stream, I assume.
Yes. Well, fortunately, father had, there was another challenge which I'd like to mention, which people in the UK are very well and familiar with, which is the inheritance tax or the estate duty. And unfortunately, in the case of our family, we had to pay 2 estate duties before it was abolished in '84. Once when my grandfather died in '55, when my father had to pay, and once my father passed away in '84, I had to pay. So whatever you see today in Udaipur is as a consequence and as a residue of having paid the estate duty. So it was father's pretty astute management, where the main the palace where we live was made into companies and settled into public charitable trusts and so on and so forth.